Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jennifer. Today is Wednesday, May 19th. It's about 2 in the afternoon and I am back with another update. I do have a few finished objects, some whips, a little bit of haul, and a little bit of cross stitch, which I don't remember the last time I talked about cross stitch, so I'm really excited about that. Really quickly, I wanted to share a few changes to the channel. I don't really know where I'm going with it, but I have been vlogging a little bit more and kind of sharing a little bit more of like my personal side. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have different playlists within my channel. So if you're interested on the podcast, then you could come here for the podcast. If you're interested more in the vlogs, then you could come here for that playlist, and we're just going to kind of take it from there. If you are new to my channel, my husband and I just moved from Colorado to Arizona, and we're still unpacking. Things are a little bit chaotic still. I am also 28 weeks pregnant, so I am officially in the 3rd trimester, and I don't want to get too far into it, but basically my son was diagnosed with a rare disease, and I just finished filming a video all about it. That video was pretty hard to film, like emotionally, mentally. I will link that if you are interested, but I will also begin a new playlist for his journey with that. If you're interested in that, then go ahead and follow that playlist as well. But for now, I need happy thoughts, I need crafts, I need to film this video for my mental sanity. So that is what we're gonna do today. So first, I wanted to share with you some finished socks that I have. These are the Flying Birds Shorties by Hue Locatelli. These were so quick and easy. I really enjoyed them. Let me show you a close-up of the texture. And I really love how the ribbing got carried down into the heel flap. I think that looks so cool. It gets blown out when I kind of go up close like that, but I think it's pretty true to color back here. So I knit this in Emma's yarn in the color Drops of Jupiter, and I made a size small, which is 60 stitches in the pattern, using a US 0. I will say I definitely don't have a small foot. I have very loose gauge. This is probably closer, like realistically, to a size like large. But to get to that with my gauge, I have to use a US 0, and I have to do usually a size small in patterns. So love how these came out. The next project is living in my Colorado bag. My friend Savannah made this for me. Thank you, Savannah. I love this so much. She gave it to me right before I moved from Colorado, and it's awesome. I love it. And on the inside, there's all the different like national parks and major cities listed inside. I love it. So I made a little sweater for the baby. Here it is. I made the size 0 to 3 months. And the pattern is called, let's see here, Little Thun by the Blue Mouse. And there are a few changes that I made. First off, the original pattern has long sleeves, and I decided that I wanted to do short sleeves since I was doing 0 to 3 months. He's gonna be a summer baby, so I wanted to go ahead and just make little short sleeves. So I ended up doing the ribbing in this contrast color. And the only other thing that I changed is the beginning of the round. So this was a very easy pattern to knit up. However, I realized that I don't really make things that stripe very often. So I really had a hard time in transitioning the stripes, or the 2 different colors. So you can see, this is the back of the sweater. You can see where I first transitioned right here, and I just did not really know how to do it properly, and I didn't like the way that it looked. So I actually went ahead and changed the beginning of the round to the side of the sweater. So this side is just regular knit in the round. It's seamless. This side you could see a little bit more of the transition, I would say. But I think it looks a lot better on the side than right at the back. So those are the only changes that I made. And I love it. I think it's super cute. I can't wait for him to wear it. The yarn that I used is, let's see here. So this is Ulysses in the color Cypress. And then the other one is, it's a Rowan Soft Yak DK, and it's in the color Taupe. Let's see, I have a new ball right here. Next, let's talk about new starts or whips or however you want to call them. I don't think I've showed them on here before. So I cast on some more socks after I finished the other pair of socks, and I am using some yarn that I bought at my local yarn shop in Colorado before I moved. So this is so pretty. Look at this color. This is called Life in the Long Grass. It's a zebra sock. So it's 100% superwash Highland Merino in the color Shack. And because it's 100% merino, I decided to use contrast heel and toe so that they're a little bit longer lasting. So I am using a mini from Hue Loco, and this is called Sneaky Wombat, and this is in their 75-25 merino nylon blend. So because this has nylon, I feel a lot more comfortable making the socks with this contrast heel and toe. Okay, I'm back. My SD card was full and then I cleared it out and then my battery died on my camera. So I'm using a new camera, a new setup. So I'm still learning all of this, but I'm back. It's a little bit later, but I'm back. And I think I was sharing with you guys the socks that I cast on. So these are the socks that I cast on. The pattern is called Wise Hilda's Basic Ribbed Socks, and I did a German twisted cast on, and then I did a 1x1 rib. I did about 15 rounds, and then I did I believe it's a 3x1 for the leg, and I just did 30 rounds, and then I went in and followed the pattern for the heel. I've never done a heel like this. I'm not sure what the name is for this heel, but it fits really well actually. And now I'm just working on the leg, and I'm really enjoying these. I will say that I haven't worked on it for a few days because I started something else, which I will show next. The next project that I started is kind of special to me. So I started this, I think the day after I found out about the pregnancy and Milo's diagnosis and all of that. And it was kind of just, you know, a random cast on, or it's crochet, so I don't even think it's considered a cast on. I'm not sure what it's considered, but I started this project. And this is a granny stripe blanket. It's quite long and scrappy, and I'm loving it so much. So I decided that I wanted to start something that's bright and fun and cheerful, and something to help me de-stress and take my mind off of things for a little bit, something easy, and I just needed some repetition. So I went ahead and cast this on. I've been wanting to actually cast it on. I've thought of it for a while, but I just decided to do it. So this is the pattern Granny Stripes by Lucy of Attic 24. It's a very popular one. I'm using a 3.5 millimeter hook, which is an E, and I cast on 270 stitches, or I guess I chained, not cast on. I'm not used to crochet anymore, so I chained 270 stitches of fingering weight yarn, and I went based off of a throw blanket that I use all the time on the couch, and I wanted it to be about the same size. So I think it's going to be a really good size, and I've really been enjoying it. It's pretty scrappy. Like, I do not mind if it lands, if the color ends and lands in the middle of the row. For example, I think the yellow ran out. Yep, the yellow ran out. Okay, my battery died again. So I think I need to buy like an extra battery. I'm just trying to get through this at this point. So I think I was just sharing with you guys my crochet blanket, and I was kind of explaining that I don't have a lot of scraps, like colorful scraps like I thought. So I went ahead and I ordered a few from Hue Loco, and I wanted to share that. I guess I'm going into a little bit of haul. I only have a few things, but these are the colors I got from Hue Loco. See if you can see all of them. So this one's called Ohana. This one is Hustle. This one is Unicorn Hideout. Ooh, it's windy. And this one is called Cheeky Rhino. And then I did also get, these aren't like very colorful, but I got 2 full skeins as well. I have no plans for these. These aren't going to go in the blanket. Maybe eventually when I have scraps, but I really liked these. And this one's called Bonafide and Peony. Apart from that, I really wanted to try the Patons Croy socks. So this, I saw this color knit up by Woolenvine. I was watching her podcast and she made socks out of this color and they looked beautiful. I loved it. This is called Brown Rose Marl, and I bought these on Amazon. I'll link it down below, but yeah, I'm excited to try this yarn out. I've tried it before and honestly I thought it was a little scratchy, but that was right when I was learning. I've heard that these are very sturdy, like they hold it very well and they become a little softer once you wash them. So I'm going to give them a try again. So probably when I finish the socks that I'm working on right now, I'll cast on another pair with this yarn and see how it goes. The only other thing that I purchased was a little bit of cross stitch stuff. So if you watch my previous podcast, I believe I had mentioned that since my husband and I were originally planning to only be here in Arizona for like 6 months or so, that has now changed, but we thought we were only going to be here for about 6 months. And so the plan was to not unpack everything. So a lot of things that we packed, or when we were packing the house, we had boxes that we put a certain tape color on, and those were not going to be opened here. We were just going to put them all in the garage, not open them until we actually moved again. I hadn't planned on cross stitching, but when I saw the Tiny Modernist post this on Instagram, I knew that I had to start it. This is the Moon Phase Balpool. And there's something about moons. My husband and I just love the moon. So I knew that I had to start it. And so I went on to 123 Stitch and I just purchased the things that I needed for the project. So I'm going to share with you what I got. This is 32 count linen in chalkboard black. Let's see. And I got the called for 18 by 27 size. And I literally have 1 stitch in here. 1 stitch. And then I realized I don't have a grime guard. And this really bugs me. Like, this is why I have not worked on it, because I really don't want to sew a grime guard. But my friend Savannah said maybe go and buy a steering wheel cover. So I need to go to like the Dollar Tree and see if I could find like a really cheap steering wheel cover just so I can contain some of this, or worst case, I will just like roll it up and use like a hair clip or something. I have to figure it out because I hate working with all of the excess fabric. So I bought the fabric, and then I went ahead and bought the called for floss, which is just the Blanc color, DMC number 2, number 3, and I think the only thing I changed was the black because I like the Anchor black. So I went ahead and got Anchor black. And then I also bought the needles because all my needles are packed away. So this is a 28 Bowen needle. And I really rely on a needle threader. So I had to go to Hobby Lobby and just buy, I don't think you could even see that, just buy a needle threader. And while I was there, I ended up just buying a seam ripper just in case. And then I also bought a few needle minders. So I even bought this little case just because I don't have any of my things. So at least I have this and my project, and that's all I should need to get started. And to work on this project. So I'm really excited to get started on this. Like I said, I haven't started it just because the excess fabric is driving me crazy, so I need to go figure that out. I think that's all I wanted to share with you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and end this pretty quickly because I think my battery is gonna die again, and I've been trying to get through this video. Like I said, I'm using a new camera, I'm using a new microphone, I have like a new setup, I'm at a new place, so I'm trying to figure all of this out. So if you're still here, thank you for sticking with me. I will talk to you guys very, very soon, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye, guys.